All protocol observed. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is, as you have heard, it's Dr. Hellen Gadhogo. And Hellen Gadhogo and the doctorship does not go to injection. But yes, it goes to injection to do with life and socioeconomic empowerment of the less fortunate, victims of gender-based violence, destitutes, and those who come from extreme poverty. It's adding value to the human being. That you are seated here, but there's somebody who cannot be there because they were never taken to school. And if only you add value to this object called human being, they can also own Nisiri, they can be directors, they can be doctors. Now, Charity talked about the commitment and interest. So where am I now? Before I go that, I want to maybe briefly introduce One More Day for Children Foundation. One More Day for Children Foundation is now 14 years old foundation, which started as a small community-based organization with a special certificate. Those time before the promulgation of Constitution, you could only get a CBO certificate for a district. But now, because of the way and the objects of the organization, it was given a special one to cover the whole of Laikipia. That's before the county. This entity is as a result of philanthropic professionals in Kenya. And these philanthropists are professionals in law, that is litigation, social work, and then we have medicine, medical doctors. We have business experts. We have psychologists and gender experts. So there was a gap, and somebody saw a gap, but they had charity interest. But then they needed to move from interest to commitment to that. And this brought them together. And when I was serving in another entity, and they realized my exit was really pushing many girls into the hardship, they approached me to a co-drive this vehicle. And when I said yes, ladies and gentlemen, the name came. Foundation later grew higher, and in 2011, in the Republic of Kenya. Then we also protect and take care of families socially and economically, because if a child is not in school right now, if you go round and round and round asking, trust me, the word poverty will just come in. So the root cause somewhere is poverty. So when I see people telling me, Hellen, which is not a bad thing, remember, I'm not saying it's bad, we want to have a feeding program on Sunday, so we are contributing 500, so that we can cook for children in the street. Oh, why have I said street children? Why have I not said street children? There's no street children. There is no street that has ever given birth to a child. It can be only a child on the street, in the street, or by the street. And their root causes are poverty. So you'll only do that for a day, and it may bring even more others to the street, because there's free gift, there's free food. And the sustainability, if not worked on, then many children will fall to the street rather than out of street. The other objective is to promote girl child education and the empowerment of women in Laikipia and beyond. We have a flagship project in Doldo. It's called One More Day Girls Safe House. We dreamt where we can. I told you these are doctors, social workers, and lawyers. A hurting child, for example, if it's physical abuse, needs a doctor first. The second thing is emotionally. They need a social worker. And then for justice, they need who? A lawyer. Now you see the combination? So when you're in this board, you don't only show interest, you show commitment. You give pro bono services. So we have, that's why you hear many people are not able to differentiate me from courts, education, medical, because I'm in all that field. That child, if you are in the board and need justice, lawyers at this high court, they are given that case so that they can give pro bono services. Doctors make sure that the child is treated freely. Yeah, and this social worker is about counseling and the rest. And also to promote family life in Kenya by way of education. After rescuing, so what? Add value to this human being by education, training, instruction, lobbying, that is for advocacy and policy, that through advocacy, you do lobby the government, international and nationally, on policy formulation or review. So we are in the spaces to do with networks like Girls Not a Bride International. We are in counter-trafficking in person network because, unlike Laikipia Northern, even here, you don't know, there's a lot of child trafficking. I was just telling my friends there. Then we also embrace partnership and linkages, and that is why I am here. The other speaker, my sister there, I can't recall the name, I have seen a lot of similarity and partnership points. And one that David told me, I think you better come because I've seen similar programs that are being undertaken by other people, and you can both talk about. And we are open for partnership, either through CSR or direct, or through sponsorship of these girls. We are not the kind of organization that we demand for money. If you come to One More Day Safe House down there, I invite all of you. You'll see Building A with a plaque donated by the tank, donated by Marita Enterprise. Marita, I need a tank now that I've seen you, because it's a dry land. We harvest also water. So in total, we have 106 children. 76 right now are in the safe house down there. And out of those 76, 20, we have already reintegrated them. And reintegration means what, you people? It is that we bring these families together. They form welfare groups. We bring people to train them on entrepreneurship, small businesses like you can see over there. And then we are able, if we are sure that this household is okay, now we reintegrate the girl, yeah? But we continue paying for education. So 40 of them are the rest. So why am I here? That is the short history about One More Day for Children. I also told David, by the way, David also, we met in the bank when we were starting this, we met and started the bank. And he realized that really we needed a bank that does not charge too much interest because we are in charity. So it's about women, rural women and businesses. I don't know that area, what is happening. Here, what I see is about town and all that. You guys, women in especially pastoral community are struggling with businesses and livelihood. And it's because medium-sized entrepreneurship, the key message is that they make contribution to economic growth. If you can go to Dodo, there are a lot of sijui nyuki, kutaka nyuki, and then they are doing some asali. There is aloe vera, soap, and the rest. But then they do not have market. If you can also tap in that, whatever. I am so saddened when I see the soap they make, or they harvest the aloe vera gel, it goes all the way to South Africa, and the product comes back to Kenya as a soap. And you buy, yeah, kwa bei ya juu. There is also about the harsh climatical condition. When it's a female, you are the same person who is supposed to lisha watoto. And also Bwana. So even if when there's a drought, you have to walk kilometers looking for water and pasture and the rest. So you do your shanga, but you don't have the market. So unless you work in groups, then there's a big problem. There's also limited financial resources. People who are doing shylocking, can't you go there? Is there unsecured loan? Is it possible for you people to go to northern region so that you can help these women? We've just started another with a partner called Kenyatta Trust, a project called Inuka Economic Empowerment, where in the group of children you have sponsored, you bring in 20 women from the village, they form a group, and then they are being given 100,000 zero interest, you get. So that is to also change the life of where this child is coming from. So my final remarks is that we need to work towards ending the gender-based violence, which mostly is as a result of low economic status and illiteracy. We can also, like she said, get yourself attached to a charity for CSR. You can also, like we normally hold medical camps, that's what I'm saying. The first medical camp we held in Laikipia North, ever, brought together 700 people. And it was sad for me to see a woman who was screened for the first time, and it was said she was at stage 4. We just completed a Healthy Friday clinic, and we were opening, and then we invited partners for that. Now they are always talking about when can we have. So we invite even doctors as volunteers from all over the world to come and volunteer from there. Are you one of them in health? In education, are you there? You can also come, sponsor, or even give girls and boys, some uniform and the rest. You can also come in. If you are in music, we just got a donation of a music center and recording center for youth to come and record their talents and all the rest. Are you one of those that we can partner with so that we can tap to this? Then the rest is come down, visit us, and we shall show you around all the groups of women, welfare groups that you can work with. We can bring them together for you so that you are able to educate them on SME and how they can also get loan and how they can also get their products to the market. Middle-aged people are killing them because they go for shanga like this, about 100, and then they come and add value and they sell for 1,500. So we need also to protect them as we help them. And with that, you are going to educate the child. You are going to be helping us do away with the gender-based violence. And we shall also work together as per Vision 2030. You are